Hello, welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen, and today we are going to make a winter-inspired soap using this fragrance, and I really don't like the name of it. I'm going to call this Snowballs, but the name of it is that. So sometimes fragrances have weird names, but we're going to let that slide. It's a really nice fragrance. It's kind of crisp, and I don't know, it does smell like a snowy day to me. I did look up the reviews on it. It says, I write my little notes on here. Whenever I get a fragrance, I go look up the reviews and what the manufacturer has to say about it. And none for me, I wrote none, which means it won't cause acceleration or separation, but it does cause discoloration. And it says tan. So with that in mind, I will be using my premixed titanium dioxide. And I get asked about this all the time. There is, if you can hear, little ball bearings are floating in here. This is water-soluble titanium dioxide, 1 part TD mixed with 2 parts water, and it's got the little balls in there. You can put marbles in here, just something so that when I shake it up, it gets blended, and then I can add this to my soap for a nice bright white color. Because I make it a big batch at a time, so it's ready to use, I do put a touch of preservative in here. Anytime you have a water-made substance, you want a preservative, that goes for lotion making with a liquid portion, all of that. It's a whole thing. But you can mix it up one little bit at a time as you need it, and you don't need a preservative for that. But I like to have this big bottle ready to go for me. So that's what's in this bottle. I get asked all the time, and there you go. So with the Snowballs name, and I'm thinking of snow, and it's such a bright scent, I have these little snowflake molds that I think are so pretty. And so I am going to do some melt and pour snowflakes that are going to go down on the top of this snow, that are going to go down on the top of this soap. And I haven't decided exactly what I want to do on the inside, but I have the top in mind. So I have the melt and pour snowflakes we're going to do. And then I have these, the label has faded. They are very old. I bought these a couple of years ago. These are, I believe, they're cranberry seeds or some sort of little seed, but I love the color, that red color. So I want to incorporate these, just a light sprinkling on top of these little seeds also. I don't know if maybe they're raspberry seeds. I can't remember, but I love the color. So those are going to go on top because of the discoloration in the tan. We're going to use some TD, and I want to do a swirl in here. And so I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do a red swirl to go along with it. But red doesn't remind me of snowflakes. I've got to think about that. But I will have a game plan after I get everything pulled together and ready to go, and we will come back and make some snow-inspired soap today, and I will have my colors picked out, and we'll talk about them on the flip side. All right, I just went back to my shelf and picked my colors out for this snowball soap today, and I'm going to go full-on Christmas with the colors. So I got Trial by Fire. This is from Nurture Soap, which is now called Nurture Handmade. It is a beautiful, true red. If you've never tried it, do yourself a favor and try it. It's just good. It's a good red color. And then for the green, we're going to do Pine Mica. This is from Be Scented, which is no longer. Jen now has a store called Mountain Peak Fragrance. I haven't checked out her expansive mica selection yet, but this was from them. And this Be Scented is no longer. So Pine Mica, Trial by Fire, swirls, snowflakes on top. That's what we're doing. And before we get into the recipe, pardon me, I have a bit of a head cold. So if you hear my voice sounds a little different, that's why. I wanted to show you my little snowflakes I made, and I colored these with French White Shimmer Mica. It's a mouthful. This is from Wholesale Supplies Plus, and it's very shimmery, and it bumped up the white color. So let me show you some of these pretty snowflakes. I just love how they came out. So they are all ready to go. Super easy to make with melt and pour. All right, let's get into the recipe. All right, it's time to get into the base oil soap recipe. And for our first oil, a soaping staple, coconut oil. I need 10.8 ounces or 306 grams of coconut oil. And the next oil going in here is palm oil. I need 5.4 ounces or 153 grams of palm oil. For our last Hard butter, I need shea butter, 1.8 ounces or 51 grams of shea butter. All right, I'm going to go give these a little pre-melt and then we'll get to our liquid portion of the recipe. We are back with our first liquid oil, which is castor oil. I need 1.8 ounces or 51 grams of castor oil. Okay, our next oil is olive oil, another soaping staple, and I need 7.2 ounces or 204 grams of olive oil. All right, our last oil in the recipe today is sunflower oil, high oleic sunflower oil, and I need 9 ounces or 255 grams. And that is it for the oils in our recipe. So now we're going to add soap additives. I did put the fragrance in here at 5% was the recommendation, so 5% of that fragrance. And I'm only going to do kale and clay today because I don't want the oats has like a little tingy color and I want to get this as bright as I can without speckles in it. So no oats today, kale and clay. And I have been asked, because kale and clay is such a pretty white color, can you use kaolin to whiten your soap? And the answer is no. Unfortunately, it is a beautiful color. I'm going to be adding about a tablespoon in, but it doesn't seem to, if you're going to have a discoloring fragrance or an ivory color soap, this won't make it white. It really does take titanium dioxide or a white mica to brighten the color up. But I'm adding it because I absolutely love the skin benefits and how clay feels in a soap. It's so good. So let's get this blended up and then we will get on to making soap. And we are back with our cooled off lye solution here. This is an aloe vera lye solution, and I did put some sugar in here for helping the lather. Sugar is a lather booster. Tussa silk fibers, and sodium lactate to help with unmolding. So that's what's going on in here. Boy, this fragrance smells good. It's got a piney undernote. It just smells snowy and Christmassy. I love it. So let's get this up to a nice light trace, and then we will split off for our colors, and hopefully everything will behave and we can get a beautiful swirl today. And so when I get the lye in, I usually stir it and pulse with my blender, if you can hear. I don't just stick blend, I don't press the button the entire time because I want to kind of get a feel for how it's behaving. It's turning kind of yellow here. Interesting. I'm glad I have my titanium dioxide out. here it is in the mold, and because I have melt and pour embeds on top, I'm not going to cover this up. I'm going to just leave it out at room temperature so that hopefully I won't melt the melt and pour embeds. See you tomorrow. All right, we are back. It has been 24 hours since getting this in the mold, and I am delighted to report that my melt and pour embeds did not melt. I love the top on this. It is so pretty and Christmassy and everything I wanted it to be. I'm hoping the inside didn't muddy up too much. It was pretty liquid when I swirled it, so let's hope that the inside looks beautiful. I was going to wait 48 hours to unmold this because it didn't go through gel phase, again, to preserve these melt and pour embeds. But when I unmolded this little extra bar, because I keep my flower mold off to the side, and if I have any extras, I always make a little flower, and I even had an extra snowflake. And it unmolded beautiful. This is a nice hard bar today. So I'm hopeful getting this out of the mold that I won't ding it up too much. And again, I apologize for my hoarse voice. I do have a little bit of a head cold. Oh, and I wanted to show you, if you watched my previous video of the gingerbread men, when I took the final photos, they hadn't reached their toasty brown color yet. So I wanted to show you my little gingerbread men. If you haven't seen this video, I will leave a link for it down below. It has a different recipe than today's video, but I wanted to show the progression of how they toasted up. This is an example of using a discoloring fragrance to your advantage. All right, enough with my gingerbread people. Let's get this out of the mold and see how those swirls came out on the inside. We are back with the lovely Olga, and this is a little soft. I did ding up the corners just a little, getting it out of the mold, and that's one of the reasons why I tend to love a gel phase, because it does make a firmer bar the next day to unmold. After the cure time, they are neck and neck, no big difference, but in the first 24 to 48 hours, if your soap has gone through gel phase, it's a little bit firmer, I have found. Let me know if you've found something different. I would be curious to hear. So I am going to go ahead and use my multi-bar cutter here. I thought about using my single bar, but we're going to use Olga and see if I can hopefully not lop off all of the snowflakes. I'm hoping each bar gets a nice little snowflake on it. But you know, we're just going to have to go for it. So, all right, let's just do it. All right. Ooh, I think we're going to get some pretty swirls. Yay! Look at that. The top looks pretty. That one got a full snowflake. Oh my word, I am happy, happy. These are giving me all the holiday cheers. How about you? And they smell really, really good. And they are a little bit tacky, so I'm going to be very gentle with these, and I will, that one got cut off just a little bit, not bad. I will probably wait a good 48 hours from now before I come in and do the beveling and stamping, because I want to be gentle with these. I don't want to be too aggressive with a soft soap. Ask me how I know. I have stamped a soft bar and it like squished, and it was not good. Learn from experience. That's how I do it. So I found this recipe today to be a good, slow-moving recipe. The fragrance behaved well, everything. I could have waited even a little bit longer before I poured. Like I said, it was very fluid when I poured, but I'm so happy to see that it didn't muddy up. So that is a good thing. Oh, these are just giving me all the vibes. Love it. And each one has a different snowflake, which I love. So if you are a fellow maker watching this video today, I would love to hear what you're doing for the holiday season. What are you making at your home or your studio? I would love to hear about it. Are you doing candles, lotions, soaps? I love all things holidays. I really do. It's just a special time of year for me and my family. I hope it is for yours also. We got some really pretty patterns today. let's see. I was just thinking about this. My husband was asking me about my little butterflies that I used to do when I used my big mold. And I said, I don't know if it'll work in a single mold. Let's see if it will. So these came out like this. Let me hold it up and see if we can get a pattern. Look at that. It is a pattern. Oh, that makes me happy. I can still do my butterflies. Well, this was really fun to make. I'm so happy with how the swirls came out and the tops and the snowflakes and everything. And again, I really would love to hear what you're doing this holiday season, prepping, coming into the whole Christmas time, and how are you celebrating? What are you making? I'd love to hear it. Leave a comment down below, and I hope you enjoyed the video and the recipe, and have a wonderful day.